Greetings, everyone. I'm Dr. Anth. Have you ever thought about how you live your life? Are you goal-oriented, driven to succeed? Or do you live your life each day as it comes? In this video, we will explore where these ideas and behaviors may originate. I will start with retelling and paraphrasing a story I heard in a TED Talk given by Devdutt Pattanayak, who is a renowned authority on the mythology of India. His story is a retelling and paraphrasing of a story by Plutarch, a Greek philosopher from about 2,000 years ago. About 2,300 years ago, Alexander the Great decided to conquer the world. Alexander came from a culture that said that because he had only one life, he had to make it count for something. He decided that his something would be world domination. Alexander and his troops made it all the way to India. At one point, Alexander saw a naked man sitting on a rock, seemingly doing nothing. Alexander asked the naked man what he was doing sitting on the rock. And the man said, "I'm doing nothing. What are you doing?" Alexander said, and I'm paraphrasing a lot, "I'm not wasting my time like you are. I'm conquering the world." The naked man just laughed and laughed. He said, "The world cannot be conquered. It will always be here even after you are gone." Alexander was not pleased to hear this and stormed off, thinking the naked man was a foolish idiot. But the world is still here, and Alexander is not, so the naked man gets the last laugh. Now, why was the naked man sitting on the rock, seemingly doing nothing? Because for him, life was cyclical. Each day would happen as it happened. The sun would rise and set. The monsoons would come and depart. Crops would grow and be harvested, and the fields would be planted again. And on and on. Whether the naked man was there or not, the world would continue. He did not feel or find it necessary to be driven to succeed at something because, in his view, success was a fleeting short-term event. Here we have two very different ways of looking at life. Alexander was linear and goal-focused. The naked man was cyclical and uninterested in goals and achievements. Now I'm going to paraphrase another story. This one is from a novella written by Becky Chambers and is called A Psalm for the Wild-Built. Far in the future, humans are living on an Earth-like moon. In the past, these humans had a very technologically advanced society with robots doing most of the work. But the humans didn't seem to care about pollution and the destruction of the environment. So one day, the robots rebelled. Eventually, the robots were given half the land, and the humans had to learn how to do everything again on their own without destroying the environment. Life for the humans became cyclical as they did their tasks day after day. Most people seemed comfortable with their lives, but Dex wanted more. They left their current place of living and work and became a tea monk. As a tea monk, Dex traveled around giving tea and sympathy to those living in the villages on their route. Dex traded one cycle for another. This worked for a year or so, but then Dex wanted to explore. Dex wanted to find an ancient monastery that was now in the land of the robots. So, defying the laws, Dex began traveling through the wildlands. Shortly after crossing into the wildlands, Dex met a robot named Mosscap. Mosscap was also exploring. Most robots found an area of interest and then focused in on it very intently. But Mosscap's area of interest was to find out more about humans, which required leaving the wild. Linear versus cyclical. Looking at the anthropological record, we see that foragers live at one with their environment. They take each day as it comes. They have lived this way for hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of years, with little change. Traditional farmers and herders try to control the environment, but their lives also tend to be cyclical. Even as they seek control, they are controlled by the passage of seasons and wet and dry cycles. Little has changed for them for thousands of years. But change has happened. Humans have produced vast changes in the past 5,000 years, and most especially in the past 100 years. Here's what I think happens. Some individuals get bored with the daily cycle. Unlike the naked man, who can take each day as it comes, or the farmers who are comfortable with the cycle of planting and reaping and growing, some individuals need to know what is out there in the wild. They need to know what is on the other side of the river, or the other side of the mountain, or the other side of the ocean. They have new ideas, they produce new art, new inventions, form new social organizations. In temperate zones, where each day is different, an awareness of the passing of time becomes a constant focus. Add this awareness to those who become bored with a daily cycle of life, and we develop a culture where striving for something more, where following the goal-oriented arrow to the target of success becomes common. Just as not everyone is suited to a cyclical life, not everyone is suited to a linear goal-oriented life. The world we have was created by those who were bored with a cyclical life. But, just as in Dex's world, our linear goal-oriented world is on the brink of environmental collapse. The world can survive without humans. Earth has recovered from disasters that destroyed 95% of all life. And yet, over time, life exploded throughout the world again. Humans are the problem. In order to save ourselves from ourselves, how can we balance the virtues of living a cyclical life with the new insights, knowledge, and technological advances gained from living a linear, goal-oriented life? If you have thoughtful feedback, please leave it in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to my channel.